Discover how to generate leads and grow your front end in any economy. Who's ready to make some money out there today? My name is Cathy McReynolds. I am the founder of Bible Business Academy. And what we do is we help you build a business with biblical principles. So whether you are a coach, consultant, you have an online business or an offline business, we can help you create that business, get more leads, get more customers, and help more people. And we do it with biblical principles. And we're going to talk about that. But before we get into that, guys, do me a favor and go ahead and hit your share button. And then I got some goodies that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to share like we always do. Principles. And we're going to talk about that. But before we get into that, guys, you guys can hear me talking here. So before, see that? So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit that share button. And I'm asking you to do the same thing. Do me a favor and go ahead and let's share this out to a couple of people. Let's see. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hello so I can say hello back to you. And also let me know exactly where you are tuning in from. I'm going to have to, let's see. This is not letting me share it the way I want to share it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So let me know exactly where you guys are tuning in from tonight. We're going to discover how to generate leads and grow your front end in the economy. If you have not done so, make sure you go to our email for the email family. Make sure you go there and download your show notes so you can follow right along with us. If you're not part of our email family, what are you waiting for? We want you to be a part of the email family. Go ahead and go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com /report and download the report. You'll also get the notes. And if you don't get them today, I always send out the replay for this on Friday so you can make sure that you get that then. So I already got it shared to one place and I am going, like you try to be ready. I'm going to go ahead and share it also to our group, guys, so that we can spread the good news. And if you can do me a favor and go ahead and do the same thing. What type of business do you have? Put that in the comments and let me know if you are catching this during the live or the replay. And have you thought about taking your business and turn it into an online course business or consultant business? Or do you have an offline business that you want to be able to teach people how to do what you do? Like I used to own a daycare center. So if I wanted to teach people how to run a daycare center, that we call that informational marketing. So that's something that you can do here. Or if you want to take like this business that we have, we're actually looking for a space now where we're going to have an actual academy. So I'll talk to you guys about that. And I want you to stick around, and you probably see this box right back here. Well, we got a bunch of goodies and stuff that comes in that box. And so at the end of this, I'm going to share with you what's in there, how you can get it, and how we can help you grow your business with biblical principles. So let me go ahead and dive right into our conversation here today, so we can get things started. And so welcome again. My name is Cathy McReynolds, and today's workshop, we're here live every single Thursday to help you grow and build your business with biblical principles. So today we're going to talk about how to generate leads and grow your front end in any economy. And today's scripture is Isaiah 40:31. I always try to get something that's related to what we're talking about. And I'll share with you guys why I chose this a little later on. But it says, but they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up like with wings like eagles. I mean, just right there, that gives me chills, because if you let the Lord guide you, if you let God guide you, that gives you strength. Like that gives you chills, and you are mounting like eagles, and they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. So a lot of times when people are getting ready to get a business going, they get frustrated because they can't get leads, they can't get customers, they don't know how to make it happen. So just putting God in the mix of you growing a business just makes sense. So today, guys, grab your show notes. If you don't have your show notes, make sure you get your show notes. You need that. You can follow right along with us each and every week. and discover how to generate the leads and grow your front end in any economy. So here's what you're going to discover today. Number one, you're going to discover how to reduce the cost to acquire a customer and increase conversions by building a prospect list. Like, when that's one of the number one questions that we ask people: what does it cost you to get a client? And most people have no idea. Like, I know it costs me about, I want to say about $100, about 97, $98. And the reason is because of that box that I talked to you guys about, that I'm going to share with you what's in there. I want to give so much in value to help people reach their destination, where they want to go, where they need to go, and how they want to serve and help people. So you got to know what is going to cost you to get a customer. And then there are ways where once you have that cost, you can reduce that. We're not going to talk a lot about that today, but some of these ways will help you. You're also going to learn the 3 ways to systematize your list so that you can maximize sales. Anybody want to maximize your sales? You want more sales out there? If you do, say amen, hallelujah, whatever you want to say in the comments, and let us know that you definitely want to maximize yourself. We're also going to share with you how to turn cold prospects into hot leads, and the difference between cold leads and hot leads. And here's my favorite, y'all: why God is the perfect partner for you in business, why you want to co-create with him and have him be your partner in business. But before we get into there's one big secret, and as you see, they're taking notes, and you should be taking notes in your show notes. If you don't have them, make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com and we can get them for you, or you can send me a message. Just shoot me a message and we'll make sure you get that. So how we do it is using mission marketing strategies, and I'm going to share some of those tonight with you, and we simply apply them to any new technology and any new media. I know, like, now Clubhouse is one of the big things, Instagram. You know, there's always something new coming up. There will always be something new, and if you try to like run to that strategy right away, and you'll get lost because you might even be on the wrong media. You got to be where your people at, and that's one of the things that we talk to you about. But first, let's dive into to understand what is important. So, what is a prospect? You may be brand new in business and you have no idea what a prospect is. All that is, you see that guy that's like, yes, happy. That's a person who is qualified to do business with you, and but has not shown any interest yet. See, the challenge is most people think that everybody, they love what they do, and they're like, everybody want in my business. Now, look, I help people create a business with biblical principles, and someone who's an atheist may not want to join the business right away. Our goal is to show them that all are welcome, but maybe you are selling maybe you're selling diet stuff, and this person is already fit. They don't use diet stuff. They believe in natural stuff. They don't want your business. And so if you're trying to market your business to everybody, you're going to spend a lot of money and waste a lot of money. So we want to show you how to change that. So number one, you got to know what's a prospect, and that's that happy person right there. And second, you got to understand this: what is a lead? Okay, so you got your prospect, someone who doesn't know about you yet but is interested in what you have. And your lead is someone who has raised their hand. They got their hands up and they responded to a campaign, to a social media post, to a message, to your ad. They responded to something that you put out there in a marketing ad or information, but they haven't bought from you yet. Okay, that's what a lead is. That's the difference. So how do you get leads? There's so many ways out there that you can get leads. You can get leads through advertising, social media. You can purchase lists. You can clean lists. You can direct mail. You have radio, TV, going live like I'm doing every Thursday here. After we go live, we always get a whole bunch of leads in. You can cold call. Who wants to cold call? I remember, like, We literally used to go through the phone book and cold call everybody from A to Z in the phone book. We would go through that phone book at least probably every month and a half, almost 2 months. And we would literally just take the phone book and highlight and cold call. Now we did it. We made like 500 to 800 dials a day doing that. It put us as the number one office, and I was the number one recruiter and agent when I was running my financial service company. Why? Because we were cold calling. This was like way back in the day. So all of this other stuff, some of it was around, but we weren't doing it. There was no social media there. You can also do trade shows. There's so many different ways that you can get leads. What we're going to share with you is how you can make that happen and get it done without being on an assembly line. Okay, like you see this, it's just moving, it's just moving, it's just moving. And most people, like I said in the beginning, they start chasing leads, chasing people. Something is working here, so they go run here. Something is working there, so they go run there. We're going to show you how to make that happen, regardless of what the newest thing is out there. And see, here's what happens. People get so frustrated when it comes to running the business. This is why you got to add biblical principles in it. Why do they get frustrated? Because they're constantly chasing people. Like if you're chasing people, that's just like you're trying to date somebody and they don't really like you and you keep calling them and they break your heart. Anybody ever had their heart broken, right? We've all been there before. That's what it's like when you're in business and you're constantly trying to get someone to join your business or buy from you. It just doesn't work. Or they don't have a predictable way of getting leads. You want a predictable way of getting leads, just like with God. If you want to be with him, he gave you a predictable way, like you know exactly what to do. You just got to believe and accept him. It is that simple. And guess what, guys? It really is that simple in getting leads when you do the right things in the right way at the right time. Or they have no system in place. That's what we just talked about. They're just out there willy-nilly, like whatever the wind blows that way or whatever the new thing is, they're running there. They don't keep records or anything like that. They're losing a lot of money. And then guess what happened? They have no faith in themselves. They have no faith in the business. They think it doesn't work. When I look back on my I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. And I know at the beginning of my journey and halfway in the middle of that journey, I didn't have as much faith as I do now. And the reason why is because I didn't have proven systems. Well, let me rephrase that. A lot of them were proven, but I didn't understand to follow them long enough and to have a lot of them out there working for you so that you can create a successful business. And that's what we want to help you with. See, I'm going to give you the best non-traditional advice, the things that people don't talk about. What they say is, never mix politics and religion with business. I bought into that. Anybody else bought into that? If you bought into that, drop it in the comments like, yep, I believe that too. But here's what I found. If I look at my 25-year journey, which is what led me to start Bible Business Academy. The only reason that I survived and stayed in business for 25 years, with the exception of 1 year in 2008 when I lost everything. I'm talking my home, my car, my Mercedes, my business, everything, and had to start all over. I went to work for the bank as a financial advisor for 1 year. Out of the last 25 years, I worked for someone. After about a year and a couple months, I was like, I can't take this. I wasn't born to do this. But what I do know is the thing that kept me going is that I knew how to pray. I knew how to ask God. I knew how to cry out to him because I didn't know how to cry out to anyone else. Because, when you have that, you're not a whiner, you're a winner. You figure out a way to win, but you're hurting so much in the inside that you don't know what to do. And that's why I love the scripture with Isaiah 40:31. He says, but they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. Some people, like, look at Moses. He had to wait for 40 years before, and like he still didn't even get that promise. So you don't know when it's going to come for you. But if you turn to God and you put him in your business and you do your work for him instead of doing it for people, I promise you, your business life will change everything will begin to change so much, so fast that you're going to be like, wow, why didn't I think of this before? And when I go back and I look at this, I've always had a sprinkle of this in every office and every business that I ever ran. But I'm like, this time around, we're going for it. And when you find something that you love doing and you have a system in place, it's not like working and you're just out there having fun. So guys, if you've had problems and you've been discouraged, you felt like quitting, you wanted to give up, give get give up. Number one, follow God. Number two, you got to get clean. Okay. You're like, what? What do you mean get clean? It's an acronym. And I can't remember who I learned this from, but it was at a seminar. And I'm like, I like that. I'm going to have to use that. Number one, you got to, when you think of clean, you got to just say, am I clean? Like, not, am I like fresh clean, but am I clean? Number one, C, am I getting contact name? Am I getting people's names every single day? Part of what's in that box back there, you're going to get a time management worksheet here. And inside this worksheet, it's going to ask you, I got a bunch of pages. It's going to have some contact lists in there for you to fill out. And also every single day, y'all, every single day, you get to put like 5 people down that you need to follow up with, or you need to contact, even if you have online stuff that you're using. Some people call this the old-fashioned way, but there's something about writing things down. You got to write things down. So number one, you need the contact name. Number two, you need their location. You got to know where they're at. That's something that people don't think about getting. Why? Because they don't mail anyone anything. You see those boxes back there, or this stress ball that I got here, or this cup, and all these books and everything that we have. Guess why do we need these? Because we mail them out to people. We mail them out. We mail them out their workbooks. And I'll show you guys what's in that box, what you get if you become a member of Bible Business Academy. If you want to know more about it before I forget, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com /mentorship, or just BibleBusinessAcademy.com, and you can click on our what we have. So you need to have that address. If you don't have that address, you can't follow up on people. You also need their email. You want to always have that email. That's how you communicate. I call everybody our email family. If you are a part of our email family, you get show notes. So those notes literally will have all of this stuff from the PowerPoint where you can take notes and you can write that down. And when you're part of our email family and I have your address, what I do is I send out all of these every Thursday, the show notes, and also you get a little thumb drive with all of these recordings on it, so you can go at it at your leisure. Our goal is to equip you with the things that you need in order to succeed in life and in business. Now, the A in clean, you got to get so fresh and so clean, right? The A is your ability, your decision maker. Do they have the money? Like, are you talking to the right person? We talked a little bit about that up front. If you're talking to a prospect and they don't have money and they can't pay what the cost of your services are, then you're talking to the wrong person. Or if they have the money and they're not interested, then you're talking to the wrong person. So as a business owner, and a lot of times when you're a faith-based or Christian business owner, you think like, oh, I got to help everybody. No, you don't. Even in the Bible, Jesus told them, if you go into their land, into their home, and they are not opening to listening to what you're saying, just shake that dust off and just go on to the next one. And that's how you got to also look at your business, because not everybody is going to be ready to move into your business, to come buy from you, and that's okay. Not everybody is supposed to. There's billions of people out there. There's enough out there that if you market right and you have the right systems, you'll get to the right people. And you also need that phone number, guys. You got to call people. You got to get on the phone with people. We're going to talk to you about why that's so important. Yes, can you message them? Can you text them? But think about how you feel when you literally get a chance to be on that phone, have a phone conversation with someone to ask them questions, talk to them, build relations. This is how you get to know them, like them, and trust them, how they get to know you, like you, and trust you a lot quicker before they will give you their money. So you want to get clean. When you do that, you can profit, guys. You can profit and you can grow a profitable business. See, there are four crucial things that I want you to think about when creating your list. So you can write these down. One is profitability. I always tell people you got to post with the purpose, post for profit. When you're on social media, you're either going to use it like everyone else uses it, to put information out, to share about their family. Now, do you do some of that? Yes, but you're a business owner. You have to do things differently. Just like a disciple, they had to do things differently. You're held to like a higher standard. So you want to make sure that you're running a profit. Why do you need a profit? Because if you don't have a profit, then how can you serve more people? How can you help people? And you got to take care of the people that are in your household. Just like in the Bible, when it talks about, if you are a preacher and teacher, you have yourself at a higher standard out there. And like there's even proverbs that talking about, if you can't even take care of the people that are in your household with your business like that, they call it worse than something. I'm not a preacher, so I can't tell you the exact, I can't quote it, but it's in there. You also have to have reachability. Can people reach you? Like you can reach our company at BibleBusinessAcademy.com. You can message us. You can call 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, BIZ, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ. Like, how many of you guys have what we call vanity phone numbers where people can reach you? I have a company that's called iSpit Studio. We sell non-invasive equipment. So they can reach me there at iSpitStudio.com, or they can call 1-833-ICE-FITS. iSpits. They can reach me there. So like you can get creative. And those are some of the things that we teach and show you. And I'll tell you more about that at the end. And also don't forget about what's in that box. You also have to have scalability. Scalability just means that your ability to grow with systems, to not only grow your business, but to grow yourself with systems. And you start to build a team, and then you need likability. Now, likability is one of those things that's why you need the phone. That's why you got to send things out to people. That's why you got to message people. That's why you got to share your innermost with everybody so they get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And sometimes I know it can be hard. Like sometimes you be like, who's watching? No one's watching. No one's like, it's okay. Most people will watch you on a replay. And then when you start running advertisement, people will get to know you. But people like people who it seems like they're like them, right? If I'm talking about, like if I put posts out there and they're about my little great, nieces or nephews, people who have kids, those are like the kid zones. They're going to be like, oh, I love that. I like that. I like that. They're put that. Or if I do a Taco Tuesday, people who like to eat or like margaritas or like food, they're going to be like, oh, they're going to like. And then people who like business, your likes kind of go, like what happened? But they're there. That's why you have to actively be able to reach out. And you're not like, I got almost 5,000 friends. It goes up to 5,000. Exit out down. You take all the social media, it's probably like 20, 30,000 people who follow you. And you'll probably get 1% of those to actually join you in business. But that's all you need. So you got to have that. When you do that, you're going to hit the target. You're going to create success, and you're going to make it happen. So guys, there's a couple ways that you can build a list. So you could choose. You could do both, or you could start with one. What we do is when you're a part of our academy, we have mentorship memberships, monthly programs, and we also have just regular academies where you can come in and you can learn. We're on a Zoom with you and we're teaching you live. So you can either buy a list to get people to join your business, or you can build a list. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about how to build a list the easy way. Y'all want easy? If you say you want easy, put it in the comments now. I didn't say business is easy. because it's not. But these systems, these mission marketing systems that we use, they are easy, because once you learn them and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it always works. That's just like, God says you have to earnestly seek him. You have to read the word every single day. You have to listen. You have to pray every day. Like, when you do these things every day, it becomes a natural part of you. And that's what we want to help you with. So we're going to talk about two things. Step one, we're going to talk about Google scraping. And step two, we're going to talk about cleaning. We're going to talk to you about that. So what is Google scraping? You're like, what is that? Okay. So think of Google scraping as a way to quickly highlight the most important part of a book. Like, we have a book that will be out. It's called How to Grow a Business Using Biblical Principles. So it'll be out on Amazon in the next couple of weeks. I'll let you guys know when you can get it. But if you take that book and you're scanning through it and you're looking for some information, I want you to think of Google Scraper. When you're scanning a textbook for information, your eyes tend to pick out the bits of the text that are going to be valuable, like for you, for your test or for your research, or you'll take it and you'll read it and you'll start highlighting, right? So that highlighter that's on there, that's kind of like Google scraping. But when you're doing that, your brain can only process so much information at one time. If, like, you're thinking of the World Wide Web, or we always say stop the scroll, people are so distracted. It's like going through a 500-page history textbook. That's what the World Wide Web does. And so in the case of the internet, a Google scraper is a tool that has a laser focus. It's like having that laser beam, right? Immediately it grabs, instead of you highlighting, going to look, doing all the research, and it goes and grabs the information and the data that you need. It collects it and it puts all the top results that you were wondering about, like who's looking at my page, what ages are they, all different things. And it will give you all of that information that we talked about on that clean without you even worrying about how that happened. Why is Google scraping important? Positioning. You know how McDonald's said location, location, location. Any business that you're doing, McDonald's is not in the hamburger business. They're in the real estate business, and location matters. So the reason why you want the Google scraping, and it's important, is because you want to rank at the top. When somebody's out there searching for you, you want your name, your business, your company to be on the top 1, 2, and 3 of when they're searching. And it doesn't even have to be the top, guys, because think about it. A lot of times when you see those ads up there and you see the Google, we usually by nature go to 2 or 3 instead of the top 1, but you want to have your business up there. And what happens is, because when a person is actually searching, Google is a search engine. So that means you literally go in there and you type in what you want. If you're on Facebook, that's an interruption engine. And that means that you're not even searching for anything, but an ad appears in front of you. And when that ad appears in front of you, you may stop and you may not. But with Google, somebody's actually searching. And so they're more likely to click on your web page and your website so that you can get traffic in there. And we're going to talk about why that's important. See, here are the results that you get from Google scraping. And I just talked a little bit about that SEO, search engine optimization. Scraping Google shows a company how high they are on the website pages. And when they appear on those Google results, they also get those keywords that we don't have time to go into that today. So that they know what they're using on their website, what other people are using on their website, because that's how people search it. So a keyword is just the keyword that someone's typing in, like how to start an online business, how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days, whatever it is they're typing in, those are called keywords. So the SEO helps with those keywords. It also helps with marketing. This is why it's important. Marketing is a huge, like I said, if you follow me here and you listen to these each week, what do I always say? Drop it in the comments. What is the business you're really in? What is your position? What is your number one position as a business owner? If you said CEO or fraud. No, 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 no. Your number one position as a business owner is a marketer. You are a marketer first and a business owner second. You are a marketer who runs an online business. You're a marketer who runs an offline business. Marketing is such a huge factor in introducing a name and a brand into the world. A Google scraper tool will help you collect data about how your competitors are advertising their products. Don't you want to know that? Like, you want to know what they're doing, because if they're spending money on it, it must be working. So if they're doing it and it's working, then you want to duplicate that and make it better. You want to like put some bling on it and make it better. And you want to know what products they choose to advertise and how customers are responding to their products. You want to know everything about your competitors. One of the things that I'm going to show you inside of that box, what we send you when you're a part of our academy, is like literally a 25-page research document that you're going to go through, and you're going to find out all of this information, and you can use Google scraping to help you get it, condense it down quicker. You also need to know the competitive sales tactics. Like, you got to know what the competition is doing. Running a business is like being the head coach, of a sports team. They watch film. When they watch the film, whoever they're about to play, what do? They go watch the film. They see what they're doing. The coaches and everyone there, the players, they know what to expect. They study the moves that the other team makes. So when they're ready, they have that offense and that defense ready to take them out, to take them under. Same thing in the word, when Jesus gave instructions on, when God gave instructions on, like, you're going in and you're going to take over this land, he told them exactly what to do, how to be prepared. In business, this is why you can always use biblical principles. You must be prepared. So using this scraper tool can help your company create more competitive sale tactics, and in using that search engine, it will position you so that your competition is irrelevant. When you're doing all of these things, now, do it happen overnight? No. But if you keep doing the things that have created millions for other companies, and you're following that, and you're studying, you're doing your research, and you're getting the right training, you can make this happen. Now, we cover in detail all of this in our academy. So if you want to know more about that, make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com so you can learn about that. You can either get in our academy or you can get in our membership program. Those are just 3 examples that we talked about, guys. And that's just a few ways, like you see here, there's 24 different methods that we really focus on. And I mean, there's like 80 something more that you can think about. But as far as Bible Business Academy, here's our marketing system. Here's our marketing strategy. Do you have one of these for your business? Do you know exactly which ones you're going to use? And you should never, like, the worst number in business is the number 1. You should never use that 1. You should never have just one of anything. So you see 24 different methods. So that means 24 different systems. You can have all 24 running at one time. You'll need to at least have 3 to 10 running at any given time. And then you keep your numbers, you keep your statistics so that you'll know what's happening. And while you may use a Google scraper for many reasons, provided there are many other reasons that you want to use them so that you can make things happen. The possibilities, I'm telling you, are endless. I love marketing because it's always a challenge to see what's happening, to check your numbers, and to see if it's working, how it's working, what you need to do. And then once you get something that's predictable and is working, all you have to do is you'll know how much money you got to put in and how much money you're going to get out. So for every dollar you put in, you should at least be getting $5 to $10 back for that. So you can learn more about this and the other sales in our marketing techniques, becoming the gold elite program, a member of our membership program. We have bronze. Bronze is for people who want to learn sales. We have silver. That's for people who just want to know about marketing. And we also have our elite gold. That covers marketing, sales, and advertising, plus biblical principles. Plus you get like so many other things. So to know more about that program, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/membership so you can learn about that. And so once that happens, guys, your mission is accomplished. You're getting the things that you need done, and the mission is accomplished. You build your clean list of your ideal prospects, and you're able to help them. So that's how you get that clean list, that CLEAN. So make sure you write that down as to what that means. Your customer name, the email address, and all of that stuff. You want to make sure that you have that. So now, let's talk about how to attract leads to your website. Now that you've gotten your prospects and they know who you are, now we got to get them to your website, okay? And hope and leads are coming there. It doesn't work. Like, hope is not a strategy, right? So like people like sit around like, yeah, I got my website done. Now I'm going to get all of these people. I'm going to get some business. No. It don't work like that. You're going to just be going back and forth with nothing happening. And that's why people get frustrated. Guess what you got to do? Just like Jesus did with them. You got to go out and get them. You got to, as they say, if you teach someone how to fish, you can feed them for life. If you give them a fish, you're going to always have to feed them. So you got to go get, you got to, like, we call it, like, you got to kill and eat. You got to go get it. Whatever you want, you have to know these systems to go out and get them. How else can you do that? You can do that through LinkedIn ads. LinkedIn ads is one of the, ads. I've used LinkedIn ads in the past. If you have a high ticket item, something that's like $5,000 or higher, that's a great place to go and to utilize LinkedIn ads, and then utilize their other programs. We talk about that during our academies and show you how to do that. You can also use Google ads. I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with these Google ads. This is how they look. These are the sizes of them. Are you living your dream life? This book will teach you how. So when I put my book out there, I'll have some Google ads that look just like this, but instead of that book, it'll have my Bible, How to Build a Business with Biblical Principles. So you can put any types of ads and everything in there. I should have just put that in there then, but that's an option for you as well. You can also use Facebook ads. Facebook ads is one of those go-tos. Like right now, I've been using Facebook ads for Bible Business Academy, and for every 100 people that like literally see some of my information out there, between 48% to 68% every single week will give me their email address and their name and their phone number. And some of them give the address, but of those top 3 of that clean list, that's what I get. And I'm only doing that with $2 per audience. And I don't have time to go into that, but can you imagine you're taking $2 per audience and you're getting leads, and it comes out where it's only costing you like a little over $1, a little under $1 to get that lead. So it's not that I'm spending a lot of money on the leads. What I then do is I take the money that if I didn't know how to run proper ads and get them for $1 or a little less, I take that and then I use that in my marketing dollars to send people things like that, to send out actual training manuals and stuff that people get in the show notes and stuff like this, that they're able to get into their mailing address. We can send those out because we're not wasting money with trying to advertise and not get people into our business. You can also use Instagram ads. I mean, you photo, video, carousel, story canvas. There's so many different ways out there that all of this stuff. See, if you're a business owner, all of this stuff is important, and you need to know how to make sure it's getting done in the beginning, and or you got to hire someone. So you either need deep pockets. I tell people, learn it and then you can teach it. So once you do that, this also is check, mission accomplished. You can build a clean list. And the clean list, remember, I'm going to go back here real quick so you can remember what that clean is, so that you can see that clean: contact name, location, email, ability to be a decision maker and have the money, and the phone number. So you want to have that clean list, not just any kind of list. You want to have that clean list so that you can have your ideal prospect. Because if you have people that are on your list and they're not interested in what you're doing, or you're constantly in Messenger and you're trying to bother people and they're not interested, it is so much harder. But to get people to raise their hand and say, hey, I want what you got, is so much better. This is how you get prospects to your website and get leads. Everything that I just explained to you. So next, what's next, right? You got to turn those leads and those visitors into appointments and sales. If you don't get them on the phone, or if they don't make money, if you can't make money, then it's not working. So number one, you want to have that mission marketing strategy. Like I showed you 24 of them that we take you through. It's about 86 of them. But in the first year or so, we take you through all 24 of them so you can begin to implement them in your business. And it's just like, you learn one strategy, you implement that one, and then we get you on another. So you're just adding and you're stacking and you're stacking, and you're having multiple marketing strategies working for you out there. I promise you, it is so much better than any marketing degree that you can get anywhere, because most of the people at, the professors at school, they've never run a business. I have 25 years of experience in running businesses. I work with people who are making hundreds of millions that are coaching me, and that's how I learn, right? You got to spend the time to learn. So you need that mission marketing strategy. You also need to automate your online follow-up. So when you get a lead, you get a lead, the lead should ding to your phone. It should ding to your computer. It should let you know that you have a lead. So it's time to follow up. And so here's what happens. If you don't call that lead within 5 minutes, you pretty much have lost them. So if you don't have an automated system in place to be able to immediately follow up with that lead, and you have trained salespeople who you need. Like, that's the number one thing. You got to have trained salespeople in order that, like, most people don't even think about that, but you must have that in place. 75% of prospects do business with the companies that contacts them first. I'm going to repeat that. If you're wondering why no one's contacting, why they're not doing business with you, because you're not calling them. You're relying on social media. And how do I know? Because I used to do it myself. It was all, if they saw my list, if I put a post out, they'll respond. Do some? Yes, some might. But every great business who hits the millions, they all have a sales team. So you want to make sure that, number one, you know how to sell, and then you're teaching other people how to sell. Number 10 times the drop off in lead qualifications when you wait longer than 5 minutes. So that's like 10 times they're gone. They're gone. They're never coming back around because you didn't call them. So doesn't it make sense to have a system in place where your phone dings when you got a lead, and you can go on there with your sales team and see exactly like who's reaching out to you? And if you don't, in 17 hours is the average response time on web leads. Imagine if you had a brick and mortar store and someone knocked on your door, or they wanted to come in, and it's 17, they had to wait in your store. Okay, this is how crazy this is. They had to wait in your store for 17 hours before you even said, hi, how can I help you? How can I serve you? So that's like getting a lead that you just paid for, or having somebody on your website and you have no idea that they're there, and if you can contact them. So you got to stick with it, guys. 1.5 times is the average numbers of leads that are contacted, and 90% of leads have no activity after 30 days. That means people are not emailing them. They're not following up with them. They're not contacting them. So if you have systems like mail systems in place, email system in place, follow up, calling those leads, they're not going to become your customers. Right here is the reason why most people fail in business, and they don't understand that, because they don't have a system in place to call people, contact people, and follow up with people. Guys, you got to know your numbers. If you're running a business, you need to know your ad performance, how many people are coming in from your leads, what is costing you, what are your lead sources, where are they coming from, when is your best periods, what's your direct period, are you getting inbound leads, referral leads, like all of this stuff. You're probably like, don't worry. We simplify it for you, give you a game plan, walk you through every single step to help you grow your business. So to know more about how that works, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. There's a system that you can use, guys, that will like let you know the visitor's name of the person who's visiting your website. It'll give you their phone number, the date and time that they're looking at it, the domain name, their visitor's location, like where they're located at, and the first page of their visit, how long they stayed on that page, their email, your sources and keywords that are used to get them there, their identity. Like you can get any and like when they say Big Brother is watching, Big Brother is actually watching. So, but you have to have the right data and codes on your website in order to capture all of this information, that you just don't get it just because there's codes and stuff. And like 4 years ago, I used to say I'm high touch, not high tech. About 3.5 years ago, like literally I knew nothing about a computer. I knew nothing about this stuff, but I studied like, 10, 12, 14 hours every single day, 6 days a week without fail of making it happen and learning this. And when you learn it, it's like an obsession. Like you got to be so obsessed with growing your business, so obsessed with the marketing and getting it right. Just like you got to be obsessed with God. Like you got to be obsessed. You got to earnestly, he says, earnestly seek him. That's all you got to think about. And when you have, systems in place, whether it's your faith life or your financial life, your business life, you got to know exactly what to focus on. Focus is the key. They asked Bill Gates, and I forget what the other guy name is, Amazon guy. What is the number one thing that has helped keep them successful? Focus. Whatever you think about grows. Whatever you focus on will grow. So why do we do all of this? Why is this important? So when someone is on your website, you can literally pick up the phone and say, hi, this is Sam from IceFit Studio. And it looks like Karen was on our website trying to see how he could get she can get non-invasive equipment for your company. Does that sound possible? They're like, what? Like, how did you know that I was on your website? And so imagine being able to make that phone call of people who haven't even given you your information yet. These are some of the things that we show you how to do and how to make that happen. Like that's a drop the mic moment when you get that happen. You're like, is somebody watching me? Yeah, they're watching you. There's 3 different types of target prospect that you're going to be after. Cold prospect, people who we've added in the database, but they have not opted in yet. So that's that phone call that you just made, right? They're cold. We think of cold. I told you guys I went through the phone book. Those people had no idea who I was, but that was the hard way of doing things. And then you have engaged leads. Those are people who have actually clicked on your email or they signed up. They're watching this. Like I put out posts on Thursdays when we have this going on. I'll send out one in the morning, then I'll send one out an hour before, and then I'll send another one out 5 minutes of. I put them all in, and then they're automated. They go out. All of my posts are automated. They go out. So once you learn to automate everything, you don't have to worry about that. People will engage and click. And then those hot ones are the inbound leads. They opt in. Like if you want to get these show notes and you're watching this and you haven't gotten the show notes, you want them, and then you want to go back and you want to watch the replay of it. And so that's a hot lead. That's somebody who opted in, or someone who joins your group. That's a hot lead. You can talk to them differently than that cold prospect. That cold prospect is kind of like, that first date that you're on, or you meeting someone out and you want to have a conversation with them, but you don't know exactly what to say. So it's awkward and uncomfortable. And that hot one is someone that, like, them, that's your boy, that's your girl, that's how they make you feel. It's like talking to your best friend. People, I get them, they get me. That's what you want to have. And then once you do that, you want to have your calls to booking ratios, because if you look here, if they're cold, they're going to be hard to get. If they're cold, it's like, 1 out of 1,000. Okay. If they're engaged leads, then you're up at about a 10% ratio of getting them in. But if they're hot and they're ready, you should be closing 20 to 30% of them. So would you want to work in a 20 to 30% bracket, or would you want to work in a cold bracket where you got to, it takes you 60, 80, 90% of them will not be interested in what you're talking about. So what is your call booking ratio? What are you looking at right now? And then you also want to be able to compare them by engagement type. What percent of your calls are hot leads, engaged leads, cold leads, of the calls that you have? Like, literally, all of that information is written down in this strategy book. Like, what percent of the calls, you should be writing this down at least weekly. What percent of the calls are your people calling? What percent are cold? What percent are hot? How many are opting in? What are their follow-up? What are they likely to book? Who do they need to call back? Who are they working on? Like, there's so many questions. That's why we have a sales academy. Like, I've been selling for 25 years, and we've always ran the number one sales teams. So you got to know how to sell. Some people get so tricked especially when they're running an online business and even an offline business, they don't track these numbers. And that's the death of your business, is not tracking numbers. Just like Jesus said, who of you would go out and say you're going to build a tower, but you don't count the cost? You don't know what you need to spend. You don't know what went out or what's coming in. You're going to fail. He says that. And then he said they're going to laugh at you. So it's a parable that he shared that you want to look at with your business. Do you have a system in place where you're recording everything? You know exactly what needs to happen, and you know what your numbers are. And then you know how to talk to your sales team and your people to help with that number. See, guys, after they visit your website, what you want to do is call them. You want to email them, you want to mail them, you want, and whether they got to you on Facebook, whether they got to you on Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, it doesn't matter. What system do you have in place to call them, to email them? Are you using, the 9-word email? Do you have a 4-step follow-up program? Or do you have the 3-mail email system? Are you doing bulk lumpy mail? What are you doing? What is your direct mail system? Are you using online retargeting? Just like what I shared in the beginning, that you had to go out and fish, and that's what Jesus taught them to do. You have to go fish. You got to go fishing for your prospects. And then once you get them, you got to clean it, and then you got to cook it. That's kind of like that entire meal. And then all throughout the process, if you think about how he gathered with the people, he gathered with his disciples, and then he gathered with the 3, and then he gathered with the crowds. And each of them he taught in a different way. That's how you got to look at your business. Are you running your business like Jesus ran the world, right? And his disciples? Do you have follow-up? Like your follow-up system, go from visitors to your site, to the visitors leave, you retarget them, and then they're returning them back to you. Do you know how to follow up with them? If you don't worry, we can help you with that. And there's so much benefit in retargeting. You kind of like look at retargeting like, okay, so we weren't here when Jesus was down here, but God left the Bible around for us to be able to read the Bible so that we can know what is expected of us. And then the more you read it, and the more you see it, and the more you hear it, and the more it gets in your heart, the more you do. That's the same thing as retargeting, is when you show your ads, okay, to people on your website or your post, and then when they touch something of those of yours, because you have that code, right? Instead of that Bible, you have that code that's on there. You can follow them around and you're always in front of them. And when you're in front of them, they buy from you. It will boost your ad response by 400%, right? 30% of people have a positive reaction to retargeting ads. They don't see it the first time. They may see it, but they don't see it, right? 3 out of 5 online buyers notice retargeting ads. They keep seeing that same ad over and over and over again. Once you get about a good 90 days to 6 months worth of ads and posts and all of that, you don't have to keep recreating those. All you do is just like a commercial. You run that same commercial. I still think about like 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickle onions on the sesame seed bun. Some of you old school people, you know what commercial that is, or where's the beef? Why can't I say that over and over again? Because it was always out there. Like, one of our things that we're running a campaign on, that we're getting started, is with God all things are possible. So every hashtag is with God all things are possible. Everything that we do is with God all things are possible. So if you say that enough, if people see that enough, or building business or Bible business principle, why is it always there? Why? Because I'm putting it out there, and every time someone touches it, looks at it, scrolls by it, then it's always following them. If you've ever Google for something, or you search for something, then all of a sudden you're seeing that everywhere. It's like you want to buy that car, and then all of a sudden you're seeing that everywhere. That's the reason why, because you touch their website. Now they get to follow you around. Whenever you do that, you have a 60% higher conversion rate. So instead of closing 10 to 15%, if you take all of the stuff that I just talked about, you're going to convert at a 60% higher rate. And then guess what? Mission accomplished. And that's what you want to have. You want to build a clean list of your ideal prospect. You're not trying to reach everyone. That's why we have you get your avatar, know exactly who you're trying to reach, because you can't speak to a 20-year-old the same way you speak to a 60-year-old. So you must know who you're talking to, and that's a clean list. And you want a list of qualified people to your website. If they're not interested in what you have, it doesn't matter how much you put your stuff in front of them. They're going to hit that little button that says, don't follow me. And then you must, this is where people lose it. They don't follow up to make the sale. You're follow up. You got to follow up. Like, you got to read. God, in the Bible tells you to, go, don't get out of the habit of going to church and being around people and getting together and praying and all, why is he telling you to do all of this stuff? So you won't forget. Like, he even said, write it down so you can look at it every single day and you won't forget. That's the same thing with your clients. If you don't follow up with them, if you don't call them, if you don't get in contact with them, not just one way, but like those 24 ways or 86 ways that we talked about, they're going to forget about you. So you got to become omnipresent. I know that was a lot that we went over today, guys, but I want you to act on what you learned. I want you to get your show notes. I want you to write those out. There's some things that you can begin immediately to act on. If you want to go it alone on your own and get it done, you want to get your prospects, you want to get clean scrub leads, and you want to call those leads. But if you need our help and you want our help to do that, you can become a member of Bible Business Academy by going to BibleBusinessAcademy.com membership. And remember, I said I was going to show you what's in that box. And you can also, if you have questions, you can go there as well. I am going to, give me 1 second, because I can't see you, but you guys can see me. Hold on. Okay. So let me grab the box, and I'm going to show you guys what's in here and what you get when you become a member. Okay. So we mailed this out to you, right? So inside here, you can see there's a bunch of little goodies inside here. So, and every single, like, if you're part of our gold family and you're in our academy, you're going to get a box of something. You're going to get like newsletters and all of that. But let me just show you let me get this in. Actually, when I do this, I'm going to hide this one. Okay, so I can, you can see that better. Let me move my light back. Okay, so I can show you here. Here's some of the stuff that's in the box and what you get. I'm going to show you just the fun stuff, and it's always going to be different fun stuff. But number one, we got this little blanket in here, and it's a little blanket that you can carry with you wherever you want to go. And it just says Bible Business Academy on here, but it says with God all things are possible. So you can open this up, wrap yourself in it. It's just a little fun blanket. Let me see. Yeah, see, it's just a blanket. So you can put it over you. Like we had snow here the other day. You also got these little stress balls that you're going to get inside of it. You also got a little coffee mug and cup. We give you something to put on your little key ring. You got a little key ring Bible that's in there. And I'm just showing you the good stuff, and then we'll get to the training stuff. We also see my little nephew on there. We got a little picture frame with a clock on there that you can utilize in that clock. You're also going to get all your training material. So inside of here, you're going to get the training material. This is the 30-day game plan. We also have a program where you can get paid for referring people to Bible Business Academy and being part of the team. So you can make that happen. This is your marketing book, your winning game plan for your marketing. So all that stuff that I talked about is right in here where you can keep your numbers and your strategies and all of that. So you'll have your marketing game plan book. And then we also got like your training manuals, which will show you, like, this is a part of the 30-day manual. It's 2 thick books that will show you exactly the stuff that you need to go on there. So that's a lot of stuff there. Remember when I talked to you guys about that 25, where is it? Right here. The 25-page document, so you can do that research and find out if you're in the right market, who you need to speak with. You're going to get that. And there's so much other stuff, like different things will come. And so every single month, and inside here, like if you see the inside of that, it gives you like just a little everything so that you can keep everything in one place. Some scriptures tells you about our membership and all of that other great stuff. So all of this will be mailed to you. So now you see why we need to have your address so that we can send this out to you and you can live a strong and blessed life. And every single month when you get something new, you can keep all of this together as a reminder that is, as a member of Bible Business Academy, we are taking, let me fix this up here. We will be taking great care of you. So make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. Or if you want to talk to us, you can call 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, guys, and we will be more than happy to help you out. And I think I might have already showed you this. You also get your time management workbook in here so that you'll have everything about your business, everything that you need to do, your business overview, your goal worksheets. We're going to break this down. I even do this. We're going to break this down by what you have to do for the quarter of the year, your 10-year game plan. So all of this we're going to help you with. So if you want to be a part of our academy and get in that, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com so we can get you started on the first part of the 30-day game plan. Begin to make things happen for you. And if you have any questions right now and you're catching us live, go ahead and put them in the comments. I can see that. I see a question with a question mark. So Mr. Anthony, if you got a question, and Anthony is actually one of our students, but if you got a question, you can put it in there, or you can just like shoot me a message, or maybe somebody else wants to know that because you have a box coming out to you soon. Anybody else got any questions? There's a lot of things that we can help you with, but guys, I appreciate you. You can catch us here every single Thursday at 7 p.m. And we're going to teach you something about marketing, advertising, sales, faith, finances to help you be able to create the business and lifestyle that you desire and deserve. So do me a favor, share this with someone, tell someone about it. If you are open to it, get in and let's talk so I can tell you about how our program works, because we want you to share in the fun, in the money, so you get a percent of you get to make money, and you get to have your fees waived. So we'll talk to you about all of that at another time. But I hope you got a lot out of this. I know it was a lot, but I promise you this will take you through every single step that you need to make things happen for you so you can grow your business. So have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.